Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Friday Night Smackdown review and also Survivor Series preview video with us, the British Coaching. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, not there, but definitely up there. Like this video and put your comments on Smackdown down there below, and also give us your thoughts on this impending Big Four Survivor Series pay-per-view that WWE are going to be giving us this Sunday. And make sure you check out our review this Sunday too.
Make sure you contact us in the link in the box below.
Yes, indeed. But I think the thing is, right, the reason why we're just going to add it on is because there's not really much to say about Survivor Series, is there? I don't really have that much to say about it.
Just really not much to say. It's not the best Survivor Series they've had.
Apart from The Rock, it just feels like a filler pay-per-view, doesn't it? Sort of. The way it's been built. But anyway, we'll get on to Smackdown. We'll give you our previews in about 10 minutes. But basically, this week, we open up with Henry and Bryan backstage. He beats on him, and this was a really good way of opening the show, wasn't it? I enjoyed this. It's not that I don't like Daniel Bryan. I just like the way WWE did this whole beatdown with Mark Henry to start the show with. It was just something different.
What I liked is, as soon as the music finished, you get to see the World Heavyweight Champion, which is good. Instead of an in-ring segment with a beatdown, even though it's not really good for Daniel Bryan, who's possibly going to become a World Heavyweight Champion, but it's very effective.
World Heavyweight Champion. Basically, they get in the ring and Bryan tries to fight back, but Henry's just too dominant for him. It was nice here because he beats on Bryan. He gets the mic and says that there's going to be more of what I just did here. Then I'm going to Big Show. That was some good shit, wasn't it? He basically talks about Big Show beating him at Survivor Series and said that one of them is going to get carried out there, but it's not going to be him because he's going to walk out the World Heavyweight Champion.
That's the thing is, at first, when I first saw Mark Henry get into this whole topic, I didn't think it'd be great on mic, because you wouldn't expect it. You've just not been on mic for a while. But these promos he's doing really good. He's got his point across in a dominant way. I liked it.
Definitely so. So a good opener. I really did enjoy this opening to SmackDown this week. We get the announcement of Barrett and Rhodes versus Orton and Sheamus for the main event. We've kind of thought this was going to be last week's main event, but it was made this week instead. So we have a first match of the night is Sin Cara versus Dolph Ziggler. Two members of the 5-on-5 having a match.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vicky announces that Ziggler will be defending his US title against John Morrison at the pay-per-view. So, you know, the last SmackDown go in, they have to, you know, announce the US title match. We'll give you more of our thoughts on that in the preview video. At least it's announced in some way or form, I guess.
It's great, even though I think they're just doing anything because Dolph Ziggler's in 2 matches.
Whatever. It's a 4-match pay-per-view. 4-match pay-per-view. Basically, Ziggler wins via a cheap pin after 4.5 minutes. It's basically just to get the guys from the Survivor Series teams facing off each other, giving it the hype that way, I imagine.
And to give Ziggler a win.
Yeah, exactly. He needs the fucking win.
He does indeed.
And basically, what happens after the match is Sin Cara attacks Ziggler post-match, which is kind of like, that's a heel maneuver. Then Swagger beats on Sin Cara for Mason Ryan to come out, and he goes after Ziggler, and then Mason Ryan ends up having a match against Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I got that.
Two more guys going against each other from that 5-on-5.
Thanks to Theodore Lolly, gave us this match, a tag match.
During the break, apparently. 4 minutes, Ryan gets the win after a full Nelson slam. More 5-on-5 stuff between these two, I guess. They're on opposite teams. So I guess this whole segment with those two matches kind of did its job getting 2 guys facing 2 guys from that Survivor Series match. And we had a face win and a heel win.
And even though not many people behind Mason Ryan, he did great. All these great manoeuvres, and he would look like a possible contender for this 5-on-5, so I liked it.
And WWE pulled up the canned heat for this segment, but there we go. We get a backstage segment where Big Show is told about Henry's attack on Daniel Bryan, and he wants to get him because he's best friends with Daniel Bryan.
I'm just going to, you know, put my petition in for Ryder to get...
Oh, fuck that! Fuck that! Fucking put in that fucking petition to get him fucking fired! But there we go. We then have Christian coming out on crutches and a neck brace. He says he'll continue to support Team Barrett despite being injured. Was this a way of just getting Christian on TV pointlessly?
And all I wanted, not one more match for the World Heavyweight Championship, which I rightly deserve. It's one more match, just one match against anyone!
They're really making a big deal out of this injury, but it was just another way of getting Christian on TV. He says there'll be some severe consequences for Teddy Long, who made me perform with a broken ankle. Whatever.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, we then get on to a bit of filler, in my opinion. Ted DiBiase versus Derek Bateman with Maxine. Ted DiBiase isn't booked to the pay-per-view, as far as I know, but I guess this is their way of building him up, I guess, for something they're going to do after Survivor Series, maybe?
And for people that don't watch FCW, we don't really know who this Derek guy is. Not really. But again, it was an okay match. Ted looks quite okay. Bringing into something, I don't know. But...
I'll tell you what, MJ, you do have an FCW. I watch FCW. I review it on my channel.
There are fans out there that probably don't know, so it just grows.
Maxine is the general manager of FCW. Derek Bateman was on NXT. DiBiase basically gets the win in a somewhat competitive match, 2.5 minutes long. I just don't see why this was on the Go Home show. Apart from filler, there was a little bit of filler tonight, wasn't there? But
yeah, a little bit of filler. There was a bit of filler.
A Big Show promo comes up next. He comes down to the ring. We had all these backstage segments of him trying to find Mark Henry. Turns out Mark Henry's gone, as Jinder Mahal would tell us. He comes out and talks. He basically shows this footage of Mark Henry beating him on Money in the Bank, and he says that he carries that all around to sort of motivate him, which is good stuff.
The thing is, he said he's got all this rage up in him, but that's what he said last pay-per-view. Look what happened to him there.
He got put through the ring, brother.
Yeah, so
he says that Henry is the one that is going to be the one not walking out of Survivor Series, and he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't think so, Big Show.
Even though Big Show is a guy who's promised he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship after his returns, but again, Mark Henry's going to go all the way to a possible better pay-per-view.
Definitely so. So I guess this did its job. We didn't have any conflict between Mark Henry and Big Show, which could be a good thing going into their pay-per-view, I guess. So we'll save judgment for that for the pay-per-view. We then get Kofi Kingston versus Hunico. The two more guys going at each other in that 5-on-5. You notice how they had the three guys going at each other in matches and then the two main guys in the main events. What did you think of this match?
This match, again, it went smoothly. There weren't too many botches. It was a good, entertaining match, I thought, which you expect from Kofi Kingston because he can move in the ring. Yeah. Hunico's showing his skills. I just thought it was really good.
But where the fuck was his faction? I wanted to see that faction! I really did. I was like, bring out the faction, come on!
They could have helped Hunico win, but again, I guess they just wanted to be a one-on-one clean match, which we got.
He cuts a promo in Spanish, which is a little bit weird. But anyway, Dolores Manolos. Kofi Kingston wins, then we get more 5-on-5 stuff before the main event. It seemed like the Smackdown really trying to hype up a couple of matches tonight. The 5-on-5, the World Heavyweight Championship, and then the Divas match afterwards, which is a little bit... 3 matches on a go-home show, 6 matches at the pay-per-view. Oh, we'll get more into that onto our Survivor Series preview, though. We then get a video package for Ezekiel Jackson.
And my big question we said during the promo, during the Smackdown, is that he's been in 3 different packages. He's been a heel, face, and they're going to make him a heel again. Again, they just have no idea what to do with Zeke, so this video package, as effective was, who cares?
I guess he's better as a heel as he's bigger, but I don't know. It's just interesting to see what they're going to do with him next. We then get a Divas segment.
Yeah!
Yeah, calm down, NJ. Beth and Natalia versus AJ and Caitlyn. And my God, for the fucking great, they announced the Divas match, and it's going to be a Lumberjill match. The British Fish Tea Time guys are going to love that match, aren't they? With all the Divas on the outside.
I think it'll be a really good match for them.
And the best thing about this segment is, Divas have got the fucking win, finally!
My big question is, at the pay-per-view, we have Beth Phoenix, who's got a match at the pay-per-view, and they let Natalia get the win.
Why? Why did they let Natalia get the win when Beth Phoenix needs to look stronger into the pay-per-view? I don't get it. At least they won.
I guess that's a positive.
A nice sharpshooter by Natalia got the win. I don't know. It was alright, I guess.
Yeah.
It was better than most of the other Divas segments we've had where they looked weak.
True.
I just have this feeling that they're doing a 5... It just looks like they're doing a 5-on-5 with the amount of Divas they've had on TV lately, but they're having a Lumberjill match. Okay. Do you think this could turn into a 5-on-5 maybe or something?
It could get all messed up and all come to the ring. I guess that's
classic Teddy Long WrestleMania 27 style.
It would make this match a whole lot better, yes.
We then get a recap of the main event from Raw this week, and it's just like, this went on for so long. Why do we need to see this? I understand Rock is your big draw at the pay-per-view, but goddamn, on SmackDown, they really had to... They couldn't have done something else here, like hype up something else at the pay-per-view. I don't know. Just
that did take a long time. Yeah, and I just thought, we've seen it before. Yes, you're giving it a hype before the pay-per-view, but it weren't really that long.
No, it really wasn't. Just filler. There was a little bit of that in today's show, which is usually not SmackDown. At least we didn't get from the vault this week. That's all I can say. We then get to our main events. Randy Orton and Sheamus versus Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett. Now, before we go into this match, MJ, do you like the way WWE are featuring these guys in the main event, or would you rather see Big Show and Mark Henry and what they're doing in the main event?
Well, I think as these are the draws, I think Mark Henry and Big Show have had their segments many times throughout the show, about twice, 3 times possibly. So given these, their match, I thought it was quite good.
Okay, we have Christian at ringside. The match gets about 8 minutes. It was a decent match. I didn't mind the match. Usual SmackDown main event style. The match ends in a DQ, though, when Christian hits Sheamus with crutches.
The thing I want to say about this match is I enjoyed the whole Barrett and Orton. That was great to see throughout the match. I enjoyed that. But Cody, to be honest, I know you're Mark, but he didn't really do much in this match. Everything I saw him do was get beat down by Orton or Sheamus. I was really expecting more for Cody.
So was I. Even as a Mark, I can say that he didn't really get much offense in. Come on, WWE, he's the Intercontinental Champion, for God's sake! But I digress. Who won this match? Oh, it ended in a DQ, didn't it? Well, that's fine. We didn't get a clear winner. And basically, Barrett and Rhodes beat down on Sheamus and Orton, and we're thinking, yeah, what we need until Sheamus gets the crutch, and then they end up beating on Orton and Barrett and Rhodes. And it's just like, okay.
Then at the end, on the turnbuckle, you get them celebrating, and I just thought, okay, not the way I wanted to finish SmackDown, because obviously you're making Orton look strong again, going into a
and Sheamus.
And Sheamus.
So yeah, I mean, the thing is, we had the faces come out on top on Raw, and now we've got that coming out again on SmackDown. I'm thinking that this is code for Barrett's team winning at the pay-per-view, hopefully. I don't know, but I don't know. It wasn't the best way to finish it. I think the heels should come out on top, but whatever. Don't know.
Again, it was a good match, but not a great finish. No. That's what I'll say.
Okay then. Your overall thoughts on the show then?
Oh, not the best show. I was expecting more from it.
Especially considering the SmackDown's been really good lately.
Very true. The right people win their matches. All I can say is that it's got some hype going to pay-per-view, but maybe just not enough positive feeling going into it.
In my opinion, it's just been let down by the fact there's only 6 matches on the pay-per-view. They've hyped up the 5-on-5 pretty well by having separate matches in that main event. They had some good segments. They had some good, unique segments with Big Show and Mark Henry, and Daniel Bryan as well, getting him on TV again, even though he's getting a little bit buried, but they were against Mark Henry there. The Divas match, at least Divas are doing one. That's a fucking huge positive considering how they've been booked lately. So this, however, there was an average show. There was a little bit of filler there. It didn't exactly hype up to the pay-per-view as well as I thought it would, considering it's a Big 4. It's a C show in my opinion. Pretty much, yeah, I did it the wrong way, but C show. Any more thoughts before we go on to our preview?
No, that's it.
Right, make sure you comment your thoughts on SmackDown down in the comment section below, and the following video will be a preview of Survivor Series 2011. Right, and now it's time for the British Fist to preview Survivor Series 2011. NJ, what are your thoughts going into this pay-per-view? Does this feel like a Big 4 pay-per-view to you, or does it feel like a filler pay-per-view?
From past Survivor Series to this, I just haven't really felt the excitement from this pay-per-view.
No, there's only one traditional Survivor Series match. There's only 6 matches on the card, which is a bit disappointing in my opinion. For a Big 4 pay-per-view, you kind of need... They've got 4 strong matches there in my opinion, but they need more. They need more to fill the card, in my opinion.
And the sad thing is, what WWE are good at is throwing matches in at the last minute, either advertised on the show or just magically appear. Yeah,
I don't know. It does have the feel of a filler pay-per-view, but I guess it could be good if they do things right. Those main 4 matches are going to be deciding on how good this pay-per-view is. I guess we'll begin with the US title match between Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison. We've seen it on free TV. It's kind of last minute, isn't it?
It is, and all I can say is that Dolph's been given 2 matches now, and just like his past 2 matches before, he's won one, lost the other, so I think this one, he's probably going to be the win. He's going to defeat John Morrison.
Yeah, I don't see the point in giving the belt to John Morrison now. You might as well keep it on Ziggler. I mean, what's the point in giving it to John Morrison? He's been on a big losing streak. Keep it on Ziggler. I mean, it could be a good match. I'm not getting... don't get me wrong, it's just been built up, like, last minute, and it's just so disappointing.
That's very true. We've said that about Dolph should drop his title, but not to John Morrison, who's done nothing that's worthy of him being in this match in the first place.
Got to build him up a little bit first, haven't they?
That's very true, yes.
Or build someone else up, like Zack Ryder. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Next, we have the Divas title match between Beth Phoenix and Eve. This is a Lumberjill match, kind of made at the last minute. Kind of makes sense because they've been featuring Divas like on each TV show, different Divas. I thought they might make it a traditional 5-on-5, but looks like this Lumberjill match, which could possibly turn into a Survivor Series match.
That's the only way I can really see it, because as much as they want to concentrate on Beth Phoenix getting a win over Eve Torres, I really think it's going to change into a bigger match to make this a much better match than what it already is.
Yeah, the way Beth Phoenix and Natalya has been booked, though, has been awful, in my opinion. So I really have no interest in this match at all. Just the way the Divas are been booked is just ridiculous.
Same, yeah.
I still think Beth's going to win, though.
Beth Phoenix all the way.
Yeah. The next match we have on the card is Team Barrett, consisting of Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Jack Swagger, Hunico, and Dolph Ziggler versus Team Orton, consisting of Randy Orton, Sheamus, Mason Ryan, Kofi Kingston, and Sin Cara. What are your thoughts on this one?
The pairing of all the wrestlers, we've in the past videos we've said that maybe Rose Clay should be added in, maybe it should have been built up differently, but over the last few weeks we've seen the matches of each wrestler combining in single matches, tag matches, and it's been built up pretty good, I thought. Yeah,
it's been built up okay. You've had the guys facing off, of course. I still think, rather than Dolph Ziggler, they should put Brodus Clay in there. Just my opinion, traditionally they have people debut in Survivor Series and having some sort of impact, and I think Brodus Clay could have had that impact in this 5-on-5, but I think this would be a good match. I think, 5-on-5, they've got some good talents in there. I still think Wade Barrett's team will win, though, after the way Orton's team's been booked lately.
Well, the way it looks, again, the Hills team has got wrestlers that need this push to make them into stars, So having them lose, it's not really going to do them much justice. Having the heels win, again, that could open many doors.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Orton was the sole survivor, though. I wouldn't mind Sheamus winning, though. That's the one face I wouldn't mind winning this match.
Because Sheamus does need a future push towards the main event, towards Mark Henry. So if he wins, good, but I think the heels deserve more of a win.
Mark Henry versus Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been built up pretty well. I'm quite looking forward to seeing these two. I mean, they had a really good pay-per-view match at Vengeance where they pretty much put out all the boat. I just question if they can go beyond what they did at Vengeance. It's going to be quite difficult, isn't it, to really get people going when they went after what they did at Vengeance, which was pretty epic.
The way I see it, they've shown their strength over each other in past segments, past shows. So I think this one, we're going to get a clean winner, and it's going to be Mark Henry.
It should definitely be Mark Henry. Just be Mark Henry. Please, 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 please make Mark Henry win this match. Not much really else to say about it. It's been built up decently. It's a good feud. I expect it to end here, maybe.
It's not a huge match I'm looking forward to, but they have performed okay against each other, so it's a match that deserves to be on this card.
Two big guys going at it. That's true WWE style, giving us some variation, unlike ROH. Del Rio versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship.
Okay, this match, Del Rio's been booked horribly, I've said in past Raws, and I'm thinking, unless the last work just gone, he actually had his first bit of big promo, his big bit of hit against CM Punk, and I really thought that this was going to be good for the match, but the match type, from what we've seen, it should have been a submission match.
From the way they've done it, from them both doing submission moves on each other, I think this would have been a very good submission match. I do hope this match gets a lot of time, though. I mean, these two can put on a great match in the ring. It's just that I'm not really sure about the build. I kind of like the fact that CM Punk is in the title picture, but I'm not sure about the way they booked Del Rio. Del Rio needs to retain here. I mean, I can understand them wanting to put this belt on Punk as such a big pay-per-view, but if they really want to legitimize Alberto Del Rio, they need to make him win this match and maybe make CM Punk win at a Royal Rumble or something.
Well, that is true. We've had Cena doing justice for Del Rio. Now it should be CM Punk's turn for at least one, maybe two pay-per-views before he wins the championship, because Del Rio, he needs to be booked better than he has.
Especially after the way he lost the title after 2 weeks, then gained it back the next 2 weeks. But there we go. Main event time now. Awesome Truth versus John Cena and The Rock. The Rock and John Cena teaming up. What are your thoughts on the way this match has gone and what you think is going to happen?
Okay, they've tried to book up the best they can, but like in the past wars, it's been Rock and Cena concentrating on each other more than their pay-per-view match. Awesome Truth concentrating on the match. They did the right thing. But the match itself, I'm seeing it somehow. Awesome Truth are either going to pick up a cheaty win or have the way of just stealing the win.
I still think that Cena and Rock will do something. They'll turn on each other some way, whether it's Cena or Rock, and Awesome Truth should get the victory. I think that would make most sense, as it would hype the WrestleMania match between the two and give Awesome Truth the needed win. My issue with this, though, is why the fuck did John Cena need The Rock? The way that John Cena got booked against Awesome Truth, why the fuck does he need The Rock? That's the only problem with this pay-per-view.
WWE, from years and years, we've all said this, they booked Cena too strong, and I'm thinking this even booked him even stronger, because The Rock, being the classic great guy he is, he would have done a lot more to this match than Cena would have, but the way it's been booked, it's just done Cena all the way.
It's funny how the match has been booked on Cena and Rock's side, yet we see Awesome Truth winning, isn't it?
Very true.
It'll be nice to see Rock return and wrestle. It'll be good. It would no doubt be good hype for their WrestleMania match. So it could be a good main event. I think there's a lot will hinge on this main event for Survivor Series, in my opinion, whether it's a good pay-per-view, average, or bad. Yeah,
because this match everyone's been talking about, everyone's looking forward to it, but all I can say is that the build for it's not been great.
No, not at all. So this pay-per-view has the potential to be good, whether or not they do things correctly, in my opinion. But I say that about every pay-per-view. So I expect it to be decent. I don't expect it to be great, though, with regards to this build.
Well, the thing I say about every pay-per-view is there needs to be surprises. So maybe we'll get at least a return or a surprise win from someone, just to make this pay-per-view more interesting than what we think it's going to be.
Yeah, indeed. It doesn't have the big feel of a Survivor Series, though, does it? That's the problem. That's the way WWE built it. Anyway, that's our thoughts on Survivor Series. Make sure you get your thoughts in that comment section below on this pay-per-view, and make sure to check out our Survivor Series review on Sunday, and NJ will now take us out of this video, as he does all the time, very gracefully.
Thank you very much, Dan. And this has been it, our Survivor Series review and our Smackdown review. And all I can say now is thank you very much for listening to our video, watching our video, and paying attention, because that's needed. Please leave the comments in the comment section below.